To do this technique down the line, as a player, I only need to know 2 tips and tricks on how to perform this. But as a coach with experience, I've noticed that every player is different, mentality and shape. So they sometimes need a different variants to perform this shot. So I'm going to show you the classical 4 tips and tricks on how to perform this technique at your best abilities. Hi table tennis player, welcome to Dublin Table Tennis. I'm Coach Eddie Zayla, and today we're going to talk about how to perform a forehand drive shot down the line on the table. This is going to be a quick tips and tricks on how to start practicing it and things you need to note when you're performing the shot in a high intensity rally. Now player, I assume you know how to do the forehand drive before we can advance into doing the shot down the line. If you do not, there's a link in the description of my tutorial on how to perform a forehand drive shot. I assume you do, so let me show you a tip on how you can start already practicing and training down the line shot before you bring it into a match. All you have to do is stand in your standard position, left hand, right hand, it doesn't matter, you just face the table on how you usually face it. And all you do is just take yourself, your whole body, with your feet, you take yourself and position yourself sideways. I mean the shoulder more facing now the table, and you more facing the sideways, like I'm facing the camera with you right now. And then you just bend your knees and do your forehand drive shot as you were. Don't change the pace, don't change your connectivity, placement, just do as you were with your standard follow through and the ball will go down the line. It's a nice way to warm up before you start learning and how to perform the shot in a fast-paced rally. The first thing you must mind, always what you're doing with any shot, is the connectivity concept. So for this technique, you don't want to exactly make a lot of contact. You don't want to make in terms of a lot of contact, I mean you don't want to have like a lot of power touch to the racket of the ball, because that way you're going to have the speed drive still going diagonally. But if you just mind yourself to have less of a power touch to the racket with the ball is going to have lighter and more flexibility to be controlled at the direction you want to go. It doesn't remove any spin on speed, it's just that you're just trying to mind yourself that you don't want to have as much of a heavy touch as you usually do, because you want to have a more controlled sensibility going down the line. Now, this tip, the next one, is still in links with connectivity, but it's not my favorite one. What sometimes people tend to do or use is that they don't make contact at the standard position, what's in front of you, but they always try to make the contact kind of a little bit more further from distance, give them more time, and that way they don't follow through as much, so the ball goes straight. That's one way you can look at it, but I prefer to think about having less contact, physical contact to the ball, rather than leaving behind, because not only that you're going to have you need the extra time to rotate back and all that, but when you're playing against an opponent, it's actually quite clearly see that you're going to go down the line. But if you just reduce the power of the ball, you're going to hide it a lot more easier and have it more of an advantage to you when you perform the technique. Now, tip number 3 is my preference tip, and it's how I do the shot when I want to go down the line. And this is what it looks like when I perform it, okay? I'm in my position, I rotate, and I take the shot. This tip is that my follow through when I make contact with it goes a bit more further, driving the ball more forwards, straighter, and my follow through is a bit more further distance. So what I mean by this is my standard diagonal shot. You see how little space I have between my nose and the racket, and this is the down the line shot. Look at the distance now. That's a major distance when I want to do a shot down the line, because I'm trying to forward the ball with my technique follow through to go down the line, and that way I have to push it forwards, and my follow through doesn't tend to be as close to my head as possible. From the naked eye, from watching you watching me as an opponent, I do my shot, you can't tell the difference which one is which, and this is why I love tip number 3. Now player, the 4th and most important tip that you need to know about going down the line with your forehand is that you have to visualize it. You have to actually want to do the shot going down the line. That way your brain tells your body, and you can do all the tips and tricks of slowing down, making a light contact to it, but still follow through with more of a forward action so it goes down the line. Whatever one tips you choose from 1 to 3, or even all 3 of them, that's fine. but you have to visualize and want to do the shot down the line. That is the key concept to it. You can't just like swing it out and hope for the best. No, you can't do that. You have to want and need to go down the line. So visualize it going down the line before you hit it, before you attempt to hit it. Okay? That is your best tip that I can provide when you want to do the shot down the line. That's it, player. That's the tips and tricks on how to perform the shot down the line, how to start training it during multi-balls, during practice, and how to perform it in a high-intensity rally. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe to it. It costs you absolutely nothing. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the rain. And yeah, wherever you are, I hope you're well and safe. Just play, have fun, and enjoy the game.